Hi guys, and welcome to my Q&A. So you're gonna have to excuse the fact that Charlie is just gonna do what he wants in this video, because I tried to film it outside when he was stood outside nicely and he kicked off. I tried to film it when he was tied up inside and he kicked off. So he's in his stable and doesn't want me to do a Q&A, he just wants food. Don't you? So the main question I got asked is, where have you been? Obviously it's been a little while since I filmed some YouTube videos. I've been at uni and this year has just been quite possibly one of the most hectic years of my life. Stop kicking the door. I have had my life turned upside down by a couple of things. So I'm not doing what I originally planned I'd be doing. My entire sort of career's taken a bit of a different route, if you like. So yeah, that's kind of happened. I had a few health things as well. Stop. So yeah, that's why I've not been filming, because I've been really stressed, and if I've been home, I've literally just been coming and enjoying being with the horses and not even had the time to think about filming. But as of the end of June, I am home then for sort of the foreseeable, so I will be back to film and it will be a lot more consistent. I'm never doing a Q&A with you again, Charlie, ever. So the same person also asked best colour for grey horses. I really like chili in purple, which is strange for me. I'm not the biggest purple fan, but I really like him in purple or red. But to be fair, greys go in absolutely anything. So I've been asked a couple of times, are you planning on getting another horse? No, there is definitely no more horses. We have 6 now, we have 6 stables, that is it. We're not having any more. And I definitely don't want to have to look after anymore, because these 6 are a handful as it is. Yes, you. Talking about you. So another person asked, are you planning on showing this year or just competing in general? I'd really like to show. I've not done anything up to now in terms of getting ready for shows or planning on showing, just because I've been riding when I can every now and again. I'll never know, I'll not be home for a month or 2 months and then I'll suddenly be home 3 weekends on the trot. So I've not been able to get a plan together. Chili is now coming very good, so I definitely want to get him out this year no matter what we do. Possibly jump him, possibly even dressage on him, because he's been very good with that recently. Caramel, I don't know if we'll be showing her, but we never know. We never actually planned to show her last year. It was just sort of a whim and didn't go very well because she reared constantly. So another person asked, are you going to be doing regular uploads? You haven't posted on YouTube, I missed your videos. As for now, it's probably going to be a bit sporadic. It'll probably be every now and again. I'd love to post weekly, but it's just for the next few weeks probably not going to happen. Why? But then, as I say, sort of July time, it should definitely be weekly because I'll be home. So yeah, it will become more consistent. So Galloping Sophie asked, favourite colour horse? So yeah, it's a grey. It's always been grey. I've always wanted a grey, which is why I think I just fell in love with Chili, despite the issues we've had with him. But yeah, I really like greys. And what's your favourite breed? I'd say I used to absolutely love traditional cobs like Charlie, because their temperament is just lovely. But now, I really like Connemara's, so I'm a big fan of Connemara's, just because they're amazing little show jumpers. I do also love my warm bloods, so I can't really choose. I get more on individual horses because every single breed of horse has like a variety within it. So Red Fox 2019 asks, what will be your next pet you should upload more? So I'm working on the uploading more bit. In terms of next pet, I don't know, I'm not really planning on getting any more pets. To be honest, 6 horses and all the rabbits and the dogs and the chickens and things are enough. So another person asked, if you had a Shetland, what would you name it? I've always wanted a Shetland and I've always wanted to call it Bluebell, and I don't know why, but I've always liked the name Bluebell. But yeah, I'd really love a miniature Shetland. But yeah, I've always wanted a miniature Shetland, and when I went to Olympia, they always have the little Shetland foal, and honestly, I fell in love. I'll put a clip in now if I can find it. Okay, so I've moved myself forward a bit because we were getting nowhere and Charlie was just trying to eat me, and I was just going to kick the door. So someone else asked, how old am I? I am 21. I turned 22 on the 20th of May. I actually had to think about it. Let me chuck him some hay in. There you go, Greedy. So yes, I am 21. I turned 22 on the 20th of May. And I don't want to get any older than 21, I've decided. I'm just going to stay at 21 forever. So someone asked, what horses do you have at the moment? So at the moment, going in height order, I have Caramel, who is our little 11 hand well section A. I then have Taffy, who is my well section C, because he's not breeding stock, but he is oversized at 14 hands. Then we have Charlie, who I've just given some hay to, so he's actually been quiet for a minute. So he's 14, 1 or 2 I think, aren't you? Yeah. He's my traditional cobby. Then we have Lucy, who's about 15, 3, 16 hands I think. Irish sports horse. Then we have Danny, who's our retired children, but he's a warm blood, Dutch warm blood, KWPN. He is 16.2, I'm gonna go with 16.2, 16.3. And then we have Chili, who is our latest horse, and he is 17 hands, and again another warm blood. Someone else asked, can you do a farm tour and a day in the life on the farm, not just the horses? Yes, I'd really love to do more videos that show you everything that we do, not just with the ponies. I'm going to take this off because I'm warm. No, I can't get any door really either. So yes, there will be more videos of a bit of everything. Someone asked, where's Charlie? He's there. So Abby Kingdom asked, are you a confident rider? So I will give anything a go. I don't like shying from a challenge, but I wouldn't particularly say I'm a confident rider. I have had a lot of bad accidents in the past that I've spoken about, so broken dislocated my arm, which actually was my biggest confidence issue because I now don't like the thought of being set off with. So I get quite anxious about really forward horses. I have no issue with falling off whatsoever. I've fallen off thousands and thousands of times. I've only ever had 2 really serious accidents. But for me, I hate horses that set off with you. Obviously, any horse can, and things like that. And I used to ride a lot of different horses at university. So I used to just be sort of like a freelance rider, and that helped my confidence loads because I had to get on crazy horses. I had to get on ones that were going to set off with me and things like that. So I am a confident rider when I'm in the saddle, but I overthink it too much before I get on. And I don't like to push a horse too much until I know them. I wouldn't say I am confident, and I am confident in my ability, but I'm not one of these crazy, I'll get on anything, I'll ask it to do everything all of a sudden. I much prefer to build up a relationship before I sort of ask the horse to push itself, because then you know what they're like and you can predict them a bit more. So I wouldn't just get on a random horse tomorrow, stick a 1m30, you know, course up and be like, yeah, I'll quite happily be confident and go cantering around that. I'd want weeks beforehand to build up to that point. Someone else asked, what part of the UK do you live in? So home for me is in Yorkshire, if you can't tell by the accent. My accent is actually a lot stronger if I'm not on camera or not at university. I have quite a broad Yorkshire accent, but then for some reason when I'm at uni and when I'm on camera, my accent doesn't come through quite as strong. So yeah, I am from Yorkshire. So someone asked, what makes you motivated to ride? Also, I love your channels and I've missed your videos. Thank you very much. In terms of motivation for me, like everyone has times when they're not motivated and sometimes when they are. So sometimes I'll come home and I'll just want to ride because I've had a stressful time, and for me, there's nothing better than getting on a horse and just, for me it's my relaxation. It always has been, it's always what I want to do. I can't remember what question I was on. Oh yeah, what makes you motivated to ride? In terms of motivation, obviously sometimes I'm not that motivated, I just want to sort of paddle around the school and enjoy it. But for me it's because I know in the future I want to show jump Chile. I want to get all of the horses to a point where we can take them out, and so that's my motivation, always like wanting to compete and just general improvement. Like some days I'll get on and I have a real plan, like this is what we're going to work on, this is what we need to improve on, and that motivates me. Whereas some days I'm just like, oh, I just, you know, want to go in, walk, trot, canter about, have a little jump or something. So yeah, it sort of changes, but my general motivation is that I just love doing it. It brings me a lot of happiness and I'm always smiling around the ponies, and just that sort of end goal of wanting to compete really. So someone else asked, how long have you been riding and what got you into riding? I have been riding all of my life, so from being able to sit up, I was in a saddle. My mum got me into riding because mum had horses the entire time that I was little. She's had horses for 50 odd years or something like that, I think. She's always had them from being little, so I sort of just was born into it. The thing that kept me into it, because I know a lot of people, especially when they sort of get to their teens and things, especially if it's a family thing, sort of fall out of it. But for me, stop, Charlie, go back. No, no, no. But for me, what kept me in it was just my love of it, and I had a lot of friends at pony club and things like that, so I was just sort of always surrounded by horses, and we always had our own, so I just did them every day. But yeah, that's what got me into horse riding. So someone asked, out of all the pets you've owned, which has been the hardest species to take care of? That's horses. Horses are hard work. Charlie! So they're the most time consuming, they're the most sort of ones that need the hardest labour, they cost the most, they are just the hardest animal I've ever had to own. And I've owned many things, and I've had different species, like you saw I had the ferrets and things like that. I've had a lot of small animals, had a lot of rabbits, a lot of dogs and things like that, but no, definitely horses. Horses are the one that are the hardest, in my opinion. Quite a while. I'm just gonna chuck a word thing. Charlie, you're so naughty. So someone asked, how many horses do you ride in a day? Normally 2. Yeah, so normally maximum 3, normally 2. I always ride Chili because Chili's the one that needs all the work. Lucy generally gets to ride the most after Chili. Then it's Charlie. Then it's Caramel. So Taffy and Danny are retired now, so they're not in work at all. Caramel, I lunge more than ride. Charlie, he's being lunged at the minute rather than ridden because he's been a bit naughty. The spring grass is coming through and Charlie's feeling it. Yeah. So I think that will do. This has gone terribly because Charlie just wanted to eat and was doing everything he could to get me to give him hay. So I'll leave this here. Thank you guys for watching. If you do have any more questions, ask me in the comments and I shall do my best to reply. I know I'm rubbish with getting replies to you guys, but I will try. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Going to be a Q&A if Charlie doesn't squash me. He's going to squash me. You gonna squash me or you gonna stand still? You get off. I know. Why did I choose you for this video? Like, rude. So naughty. Questions on Instagram, as everyone does nowadays, and oh, helpful. Not have, and so yeah. Charlie. Favourite colour horse? It's a grey. It's always been a grey. Every time I look at Chili, I just now he's pooing. Get off. Don't bite me. You're so naughty.